Good morning. It's a Todd and Erin Morning stream on GetPartDaily.com. Thanks for joining us.
What's wrong with you?
Essential oils are like... What's the stuff we're putting on Zoe's tooth?
Oh,
what is that?
That's camphor oil.
It's like a mix
It just basically, yeah.
Allspice, cinnamon,
Kinda.
and poison.
And the tears of small children.
And she brings the little box over to me and she goes, "Here, Dad." And she hands me. Now my hands are now tainted with essential oil.
Did you know that was what the tweezers were for, where you would take the little cotton
you can't open,
swab and dip it into...
You can't open a bottle with a pair of tweezers. So I'm now contaminated.
See, the trouble is, though, is that I've gotten Zoe on essential oils, and now she insists on the eucalyptus at night. And then she wants the peppermint in the morning to wake up.
See, this is the whole point.
So
okay.
basically, I've screwed you. I'm
so
sorry.
Yeah, so now I can still taste it from last night, because I must have done this. She had that bottle. She smells like it, too. And then she thinks it's funny that it grosses me out. And then I go up to put her to bed, and you were out walking, and I have to put eucalyptus. So now I have eucalyptus on me.
See, you escaped the peppermint this morning, though. I had to give her the peppermint. So, see, you escaped that one. It was funny. Remember the psychic fair of the Todd and Erin
It's like glitter.
Fair? It is. It is. At the Todd and Erin Psychic Fair, we had these nutritionists who were like, essential oils are super healthy. So they were spraying it in everybody's face aggressively. And then they were like, it's edible! And so there was a girl down the way, I guess, who had an allergy to one of the essential oils.
And they cured her with another oil.
Which we found out because she kind of went into anaphylactic shock, so that was good.
Yeah.
That won't happen at the next
So anyway,
fair.
Can we please stop it? Because I know a lot of people are into it.
So I should return her to hard drugs in order to make your life more comfortable?
You have to. That's all I'm saying.
That's nice, honey. That's beautiful.
You know, if you are a collector of toys, and you're one of these people, remember the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin when he has all the toys still in their boxes?
And everything's perfectly done. And yeah, one of her kids opens the box, he's like,
right.
That was awesome.
And he adjusts them just right, you know, it just gets them all straight and stuff like that.
All the little shelves of toys.
Evidently, that is the correct thing to do.
What do you mean?
Well, let's go Star Wars.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy collecting in that they...
Oh, there's pretty much anything you want. Oh, look at it.
Yeah.
See, exactly.
Now, I have to read this because I'm not sure. Now,
and if you've noticed, he's also got his little weapon with him, which I'm sure is extra.
Very important. And that is a character named, I have no idea. So now everyone in Star Wars land hates me, but you'll notice...
screaming at you like,
you'll notice that his cape is made out of plastic, as opposed to the cloth that they went to after this model originally came out. See,
so this is a more valuable model because it's rarer.
So it went up to auction.
Okay.
10,000 pounds.
You big fat liar, no way.
$12,000 for
But it's not even like Han Solo or anything exciting. It's not one of the cool ones.
It was more limited.
Well, yeah, but all right.
So if you live in your...
$12,000.
Right. So if you have your children living in your basement, Mom or Dad, don't gripe about it. Just go down and take their toys and sell them.
I was beginning to think maybe we should start pawing through Zach and McLean's stuff and see if there's anything from their childhood that would be useful.
All broken anyway.
Yeah, well, there's that.
All right. So gravity. Let's go to the crime.
Please tell me you're going to discuss this. I've been waiting all morning for this moment. So please share.
It's funny how you get into jail. It's a lot of times, you know, you're a criminal or whatever, and you go to jail. Public intoxication is another one. And this gentleman got arrested for public intoxication.
Oh, that's a bad start.
And they took him to the jail, and they charged him. He's 23 years old, and public intoxication. So they still go through the whole process. And they do the search because they're going to put you into the jail.
Yeah, booking, fingerprinting, everything. Yeah, sure.
When they were down there and he was down to his boxers, a gun fell out of his cavity.
There's only one down there I can picture. Is that the one you're referring to?
Well, look at his face.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
It's pretty much that one.
I'm just going to stand here and pretend I'm not in excruciating pain.
So this was a 380.
There's no way.
A 380, which is it's bigger than a...
There's no way. Okay, this is not loaded. This is a visual aid.
Hang on.
Oh, that's good. That's the size.
And just remember, I have really large hands.
That's the size.
I have really large hands.
That's the size. Seriously?
Yeah. And I guess you're just glad that the clip didn't come out like that, because that would have made it even worse. So I'll just put this over here. The guy in the jail said he was walking kind of funny. So don't get involved in crime.
Just take the extra time, honey. Don't even try to hide it.
just want to
take the extra time.
I just want to know the moment where he's getting captured, and he says,
What can I do with
I
this?
throw this away or? And he went with or. Gun safety first. I checked the chamber. I treated it like it was a loaded gun, and I didn't put my finger in the cage. Little safety message for everyone.
Yeah, I'm sure they all feel a lot safer right now, honey.
I know what I'll do with this gun. That's just the saddest thing in the world.
Oh, it just gets worse though. What is this about the gold coin? Because I remember we had discussed. You said that there was like this really rare, expensive gold coin. It's worth like millions, right?
Well, here's the deal. It's called the maple leaf.
Okay.
And it was minted in Canada.
Yeah.
On one side is the queen,
'Cause
and on the other side there is a maple leaf, which is nice. Now,
because it's Canadian.
The thing is it weighs 220 pounds.
Wow.
220 pounds.
So I'm assuming it's a fairly pure level of gold, right?
It's in the
because it's that heavy.
Guinness Book of World Records for being something made of that pure of a gold thing. 99,999.99999%.
Wow.
Right, and it was in a coin
That's
museum.
why it would be worth $4 million.
Guess it was on loan
Uh-huh.
in Germany
Uh-huh.
to a coin museum, and they were showing these coins, and everybody loved them. As exciting as that is, these guys.
Just love their coins.
The so when they went in the next morning, it was gone.
Oh no! Someone stole it.
Somebody stole it.
Now, so I'm figuring it with you've got to have like an insane level of security. So.
Let me help you on this. Dun 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 dun.
So thank you. So you're doing the laser. You have to have like the laser bolt cutters because you've got to go through one of the windows at least, or maybe you're going through a skylight. So what are they like basically suspending like Tom Cruise did, or because you wouldn't want to trip the motion sensors, right? So. Or maybe like suction cups.
Right.
You went up the wall and then over so you could
go
that
down rope like Tom Cruise does. He comes down and stops.
Yeah.
Right? All
Something
that
like
stuff.
that.
And you put the gas out. You see the laser beams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very exciting. So it must have been very high tech.
No, it wasn't.
What do you mean?
The spokesperson of the museum came out and basically in a very thick German accent said they broke a window and we found a ladder.
Are you kidding me? They used a ladder?
It's like they jimmied the door with a credit card. I mean...
That was it?
That's the only thing they took, obviously. 220 pounds.
That's pretty much all you can carry.
It'd
That's
be like
it.
three people to carry it.
Yeah.
And they used a ladder and a broken window.
Maybe it's just me, but I would be thinking, we have a $4 million coin on loan here in our museum.
You would think.
Perhaps we should employ some more aggressive security procedures.
Evidently, they didn't think about the ladder.
Yeah, that's the one that catches you every time.
Breaking a window. And it happened at like 2:30 in the morning when the pubs were getting out. So you figure someone saw something.
Hey, guys.
And there's no vending machine for a $4 million coin.
No.
There isn't. So that is...
I hope, I'm sure it's insured, but I'm just wondering about the museum
How does
director.
Canada feel? They lent it to Germany.
I can't imagine how dorktastic you would feel like, well, there's a ladder. I'm really sorry about we didn't even have a ladder. Yeah, that's pretty sad.
You know how much I love reality shows. Now, certain kinds of reality shows.
Yes, you obsessive, the Naked and Alone. If I see one more hideously over-tattooed, jiggly, half-obscured body
shaming,
tearing through the jungle, I will be nauseous. No,
let me say
it's
this.
always the people who shouldn't be nude. That's all I'm saying.
I'd be okay from the back. Kind of got a nice... Never mind. So anyway, the point is that in Naked and Afraid, it's funny because they always make the guys really macho and they're the ones who end up crying. And so that's
and the
okay.
girl's over there like sewing a sailboat out of like, her hair and like some palm fronds.
And it's all based on pressure, like food and water and shelter and crying and vomiting and all this stuff. So it's good.
Acute loneliness. Hallucinations brought on by lack of food. Yeah, those things.
And they're the ones also, if there's no tension, it doesn't have any theatrical value, and the producers hate that, so sometimes they drum it up.
They manufacture
But I actually read on one of these survival shows that this one person living alone, and it's supposed to, all the other people are crying and all this stuff, and they go to this one guy's camp, and he's sitting there, and he's got all this meat roasting and stuff, and he offers the crew lunch. And he's sitting there, and he's made a hammock for himself, and he's just like, yeah, this is great. Oh, a little full.
Carving a satellite dish out of this rock over here. I should be able to get some cable up for us in a minute.
And then there are the ones they send you out alone. And there's one that they send 5 people out. And you keep going until you think everyone has given up, and then you get $100,000.
See, I would totally love that.
I would too.
See, I know most people go, I can't take it. I need friends. All that quiet, and you'd be alone. There wouldn't be any children going, Mom, Mom. Just think about it. You'd be all by yourself. You wouldn't have to take care of anyone but you.
And you might die. Oh, day 2, no internet. Erin's found
All right,
paddling her way out to the ocean.
I'm out of here. Never mind.
So I take you to lovely Scotland.
Okay.
Home of our forefathers.
Yes.
And they had a reality TV. It's called Eden. Mm-hmm. Now, we've got a picture of the crew here, and they took all these people. Look. Hardy.
They look very macho.
Hardy,
they look like, we're going to take this out. Yeah, we're great.
Sturdy. And the deal is they take them out and they put them in separate locations, and they leave them for a year. A year?
Don't these people have anything to do? Don't they have children?
This is the ultimate survival show.
I guess.
Right?
A year.
Right. Well, they whittled down to, I think it was 6. Then the show's going on, and what they do is they go out and they film their own stuff, and then somebody comes out and grabs the camera, gives you a new camera, and so on and so forth. The only problem they had is that the show was canceled after the last 4 shows.
What?
4 shows.
Oh, man. So you never found out who lasted the longest then?
No, they just found out because they didn't tell them.
What?
They left them out there.
How could you do that?
They thought they had a reason for some reason, so when they
maybe they thought it was a new show that they could actually spring of. This is what happens when you come back, and then you found out it was all for nothing, and then
by the end of the social experiment, only 10 contestants remained, but Eden producers neglected to tell the participants the show had been canceled in August after 4 episodes. So a group of 10 emerged a year later.
You've got to be kidding me.
And it
who won the $100,000?
I want more information, and that's all we have. Because the lawsuits, the families probably knew because they weren't seeing the show anymore.
Yeah, but they can't contact them, so they don't
contact them.
That's so creepy, though, the fact that they keep coming in and switching cameras and going, everything's good.
Everything's great.
That's really creepy that they just kept it going, because there would have to be interaction. I mean, for all the camera exchanges and everything else you would have to do, making sure they're not dead. But they never told them.
Do you think is the fact that they were going to make
I'm sure
pitch it again?
Yeah, I'm sure they were planning to go, this is what happens after it cancels and these people go on unbeknownst.
But think of all the events in 1 year. All the events, all the stars that have passed away, all the movies that have come out, all your favorite music, your family, your kids, your dog, all these different, what happened to your car, all these different things just gone for no apparent reason.
I would have to murder somebody. I'm sorry.
I think it'd be a fun thing.
That's just so perverse.
All right.
They would do that to them. All right, let's go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. It's brought to you, of course, by Robert J. DeBry. Robert DeBry has offices in Sandy City, Salt Lake City, and down in St. George. If you have a problem and you need some help, he would be the one you would contact at robertdebry.com. Also, executive transportation. If you're looking for professional service in beautiful cars, this would be the only place to go. You can go to executiveutah.com in order to book your rides. This is, of course, pretty much the standard car service for Sundance. Very elegant. Columbus Travel as well. Columbus Travel is having their awesome April sale right now where you can save hundreds off your vacation. All you need to do is go to columbusvacations.com for more information. Daisy, what's going on today?
Hello everyone, here's what's making news this Wednesday morning on GebhardtDaily.com. Changes in Utah's bizarre and quirky booze regulations are now a matter of law. Governor Gary Herbert signed newly passed House Bill 442 Tuesday, effectively putting an end to the infamous Zion curtain requirement. It's also good news for those who like a mimosa with brunch. Drinks can now be served an hour earlier than before, starting at 10:30 a.m. Unified Police Department is looking for an armed robbery suspect who was caught on camera holding up a Midvale 7-Eleven Tuesday. Police say the pistol-packing robber is the prime suspect in another robbery last week. If you recognize this gentleman, you're asked to call Unified PD. And a 19-year-old Oregon man is behind bars after being busted on a variety of drug charges outside the famed Color Festival in Spanish Fork this weekend. Deputies say Sean McDonald was driving down a pedestrian sidewalk in a nearby park where he was pulled over. Inside the car were 3 underage teenage girls and a smorgasbord of psychedelic drugs, including ecstasy and liquid LSD. Street value is said to be around $25,000. The driver now faces multiple felony charges. And now a quick look at Wednesday's weather, where temperatures are expected to reach the upper 50s under sunny skies. A bit of a change Thursday and Friday as a touch of rain moves back into the picture. That's it for now. More headlines 24/7 on GebhardtDaily.com.
All right, Nothing But Cakes is, this has to be your destination on Saturday. Now, here's why. April is going to be having her 9th anniversary celebration. 9 years of Nothing But Cakes in the Salt Lake Valley.
I'm surprised they don't want 300 pounds.
I know, really, exactly. But anyway, the reason why you want to come is she's giving away buy one, get one free buntlets, where you can enter to win a free buntlet every month for a year. She's got amazing prices on all of the cakes, all kinds of goodies, and even 25% off all of the really cool swag, like the cake stands and all the adorable little plates and all the little birthday things. But basically, you go there because this cake is freaking delicious. So it's 10389 South State Street in Sandy. We're going to be there in the morning. We'll be doing a gift card giveaway. And of course, all afternoon, you can still get the amazing prices. It's Nothing But Cakes, only in Sandy, 10389 South State Street, just across from Southtown Mall.
All right, so you know what we should do? Monkey, brand new monkey, a TT monkey at the Utah Hogle Zoo, which is pretty cool.
I know. I got a hold of Erica yesterday at the Hogle Zoo. We're going to see if we can go in and meet the monkey.
Not like formally shake hands and such, just more of a, hey, how you doing?
More like me melting and going, ah! My voice going up to a pitch heard only by bees.
Hound it, monkey,
yeah.
baby.
Pretty much.
You know what this brings us to?
I know.
All right.
You're talking about poor Alice again, aren't you?
Alice the giraffe in New York. Let's go. Wait, did you see a baby?
It's April. It's April.
Oh, is it April?
It is April.
What did I call her?
We called her Alice, but I guess it's pretty much it's April. Poor little thing.
What a tease.
It's not her fault. There's pressure here. I wouldn't be able to give birth if everyone was staring at me.
Is this just for ratings?
I feel so badly for her. Maybe they just misconstrued her gestation date.
It's 15 months.
Well, maybe they just got all excited and they got it wrong. I don't know. But the point is that I don't blame her for keeping those poor little giraffe knees together, because that's awful. So it's bad enough for everyone's watching.
Does that work?
It didn't work on the twins.
No,
we found that out.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is that, yeah, now so she has to worry about not only the expectations, but that everyone's going to watch her give birth. Thanks so much for the privacy.
Get on with it.
Well, you know, that reminds me of, remember the I won't say her name in case she's watching, but it was one of her neighbors. They have 7 kids, and she's really big on the whole natural childbirth thing. She's so big on the natural childbirth thing that she actually gave birth to her last 2 at home with the doors and windows open, and all of her kids were in there with her in the bedroom, and they had a kiddie pool in the bedroom. Mom's in there, and I guess
was there a lifeguard?
Some of the neighbor kids came by, and she's like, "Yeah, if you want to see the miracle of birth, that's great." And I'm like, I am so glad Zach and McLean weren't outside playing that day.
We have to sign a permission slip for them to go to the museum. Mm-hmm. You would need that if you're going to watch a live birth.
No. Apparently the home show was there and ready to go. So a lot of the kids got an education in our neighborhood that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, coming up, yesterday I got to talk with a local Utah comedian.
I'm dying to hear about this. The dude with his tattoos on his face.
On his face.
I know.
Can you guess what small town he comes from in Utah? Wait. It's coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And by Columbus Travel, the best travel deals on the planet. Be sure to take advantage of our April sale. columbusvacations.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com.
All right, so Shayne and I, Shayne, a local comic, we'll tell the story. We just went for a drive yesterday. Shayne Smith's in the car. How you doing, Shayne?
I'm doing very well. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. Stand-up coming up at Wise Guys on the 30th.
Yes.
That's why we're talking to you.
It is.
Right?
I would hope so.
Right. So the first thing I'm going to say, and the first thing that everybody's looking and asking about, and it's probably a bad thing to do, is the tattoos.
Yeah, that's the usual.
Right. The kicker line is, where you from?
Yeah. Fillmore, Utah. Fillmore,
Okay.
Utah.
Fill in the blank there.
I don't really, it just, sometimes you're from a small place and you escape,
Right.
and then you look like you joined the circus. I've never done anything like that, but I don't know what happened. I was into punk rock when I was a kid.
Right.
And I went too far. I took it way too far.
Tell them what your knuckles say.
It says fruit boot on my knuckles.
And because?
I just didn't want, I wanted something no one else would have. Fruit boot is like fruit booter is a derogatory term for like a rollerblader. Like a skateboarder would say that. Yeah.
I thought it was random.
No. And then we took it and made it our word. And so it's just goofy. There's an umlaut in there for people who are like, how do you get fruit on 4 knuckles?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I read some reviews and stuff, and they call you alternative.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what standard comedy is, but
I don't either.
Why are they saying alternative?
You know what? You want, the real answer is that I'm not an alternative comic.
Right.
I tell stories and jokes, very normal comedy. It's just that people see that my face is tattooed and they're like, that seems alternative. And
Right.
they just call me alternative.
So I understand that, and I've done some reading on you, and I understand that the regular childhood thing didn't really work out for you.
No, I didn't have your stock average childhood growing up.
Does that give you enough material?
It does. It does. I didn't have a stock average adulthood either so far. I said it like it's over now, and I've started something entirely different from adulthood.
Have you?
Yeah, pretty much.
How does
at
it
this
feel?
point.
So when I get there, I'll know.
It feels good.
Does it?
I sleep till 2 p.m. most days.
Oh, wait. I'll remember to hate you later.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it.
And having done stand-up, I totally understand. I'd stay up till 4 in the morning and then get up sometime in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place?
My favorite place so far has to be Wise Guys for sure.
Right.
I mean, I enjoy the goofy, the Idahos and the Wyomings, the middle of nowhere places a lot.
Where's the strangest place?
Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Explain that.
I'm from Fillmore, which is a town so small that no stoplights, not even stop signs, yield signs.
How many people?
2,000-ish.
Yield.
Yeah, so we don't even have a town so small that once I was in the car with my stepdad driving drunk and he was pulled over and the guy was like, hey, be careful out there, man, get home.
Small town.
Small town. So I took a gun to show and tell once.
As a kid?
As a child,
what grade?
yes. I think 7th grade.
That's okay.
Or 6th
though.
grade? 6th grade.
You're less threatening. It's
less threatening to just bring your shotgun.
Oh, you brought a shotgun?
Yeah, I brought a shotgun to show and tell. That's real.
Any shells? Did you bring shells?
No, I didn't bring shells.
That's a good move.
It's slightly irresponsible, but still, a kid cruising around school with a gun, full on.
What'd they do when they found you with a gun?
When they found me, they were like, "Oh, show and tell? Yeah, show and tell. Okay, have a good day." Yeah, that is just roll with it, you know. And so Rock Springs, Wyoming, by comparison, is so far out in the middle of nowhere. It gives me anxiety that people live there. It's just like it's destitute. Also, Wyoming is a dumpster fire masquerading as a state. That place is terrible, so I enjoy it there.
So you travel a lot out of state, or you're mostly in the western area?
Mostly in the western area right now, but I'm getting ready, actually. I'm going to LA this summer. I'll be going to New York and doing some other things. So I'm kind of, this year, I'm branching out much more, so that'll be fun.
So you're going to go to New York. Let's talk. You're going to New York. Did you get an in with one of the clubs, or?
I just have, again, comedian friends who are out in New York. You know, they're going to get me up, give me some time.
Great.
So that'll be good.
But people are used to stand up there.
Yeah.
Because here there's a learning curve. Do you find that?
Yes. There's a lot of people who don't understand that talking is not a part of the show for them. They're like, this guy's talking. I feel like I should also start talking, you know? Whereas in other places, people maybe understand that, like, oh, a live show, you just sit and watch it. It's like a movie. You know?
You wouldn't do that at the opera.
You would not.
Right. Plus, you have a microphone. That should make it pretty clear.
Also, though, in their defense, opera singers aren't talking about their penis as much as we might as comedians, you know?
Right.
So I feel like there's kind of, it feels like a carte blanche situation, you know?
What's the best kind of audience? Are we talking progressive, don't mind the swearing, don't mind the P word? Or are those the funnest ones that do?
You know, honestly, I would almost rather take a rowdier crowd that's less progressive.
Right.
Because they're just going to, like, roll with it and have a good time. Whereas you might have a more progressive crowd, and then you might have, like, maybe they're going along with things and they're being quiet, but at one point a lady stands up and tells you you're being problematic, and then she's going to blog about you, and you're just like, well, now I have to deal with this.
All right, so Wise Guys coming up on the 30th.
Yes.
Looking forward to working with some of your friends, I would imagine, because you're headlining.
Yes. A few, namely, only one of my friends I know of, Mac Arthur, a comedian from here in town. He's pretty funny. He's a funny guy. He'll be there. And then aside from that, I'm not entirely sure.
So just go to wiseguys.com for your tickets and stuff.
Yes, wiseguyscomedy.com.
Thanks for driving with me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
that is the coolest interview ever.
I know,
love that.
It's pretty cool. I didn't hit anybody.
So Shayne Smith appearing at Wise Guys. This is going to be Thursday, March 30th, which of course would be tomorrow. He's going to be starting 7:30 p.m. If you want to pick up tickets, just go to wiseguyscomedy.com. You can get your tickets there. I'm really intrigued now. I want to know more about the whole tattoo
Yeah, he's really
thing.
interesting. From Fillmore, 2,000 people.
Wow.
He grew up with 2,000 people.
That explains so much about the mindset.
Right?
Yeah, because there's really two ways to go, tattoos or tipping cows. So
This is true.
you know, he went number 2. Coming up next.
Well, we are heading down a slippery slope because they found dinosaur meat.
Dinosaur meat?
Meat. I'll tell you a story coming up next.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, so we have a story about dinosaur meat.
You're going to have to explain this to me because, number one, there's not any dinosaurs anymore. Are you talking about some sort of cellular base that came from, like, the muscle strands of a dinosaur?
Luffingosaurus. It's a science thing, I say. It's a huge one. It's one with a long neck. It's an herbivore.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
They found it in China, and they got down into this thing 800 years old. And they started digging around. They went, wait a minute, there's meat on these ribs, which makes me hungry. And how much barbecue sauce would you need?
A lot.
A truck full.
But I'd be willing to tackle it.
So they got down into it, and they actually have found this kind of a tissue and stuff with ones that were less, not quite as old. But they were amazed. I mean, they found capillaries. They found hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin?
Which is another scientific word I like to use.
Boy, that's amazing, though. That much remained intact.
Right. And so they've got all these things and all these pictures and all this evidence and all this stuff, and they've never seen something preserved so well. Have they not seen the movie? You're going to take tissue, and then you're going to take the DNA, and then you're going to mix it with a frog, and you know what happens? this is what happens. Yeah. Death and destruction. No man shall go on the toilet without being eaten alive. And then they create these things and they grow up in Murray. And then next thing you know, they're shaking you around and ruining your cars. Don't you learn things? Life imitates art.
Have we learned nothing
Look
from
at
science?
this. What a terrible moment to be killed. Right?
You have to admit, that's pretty much about the worst ever.
It is.
Yeah.
And who sits on the toilet in boxers?
Well, that really is your main concern, not that he was brutally eaten by the dinosaur, it's that he was wearing his boxers. That's your primary
That's
concern.
a little slip up in continuity in the film thing, but still the episode, it teaches us that you don't bring dinosaurs back to life, especially in Murray.
Okay, maybe it's time for us to educate ourselves in a different way because science seems to have failed you this morning.
It's man who has failed me. Science is wonderful.
How about a menacing round of I did not know that?
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
All right, how about this one?
Yes.
The buildings at NASA, the space program,
Yeah.
they take the shuttle and it's upright and they take it out to the launch pad. The buildings are so large they actually contain their own weather systems.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they get humid and it rains in there when it's not raining outside.
That is so epic.
I know.
Can you imagine being the Weather Channel just for the warehouse?
Oh, that's funny. You have a live cam.
Yeah, Weather Channel, warehouse, Weather Channel. Let's tell you what's going on today. Sleet,
All right.
snow. Okay,
Yeah,
this
how
one's
about-
pretty cool. Martin Sheen, the actor Martin Sheen, his original name was Ramon Estevez, and he had two sons, Emilio and Carlos,
Okay.
right? Well, Emilio kept the Estevez, so Emilio Estevez,
Right.
his son, the actor,
Right.
but Carlos changed his name to Charlie Sheen. So get this, he changed his stage name to ride the coattails of his father's changed stage name.
Good move.
I would be confused all the time on what I was signing on a check.
He's got the tiger blood going for him. Right?
So it's working great so far. We
I
can see
thought this
that.
one is interesting too. In 1903, the Wright brothers flew 59 seconds. 38 years later, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor.
Wow.
And 28 years after that, they landed on the moon.
I can't believe how fast technology goes. Did you realize that half of all humans who have ever lived died from malaria?
Yes, I did,
Malaria has
actually.
killed half the population of the globe
Right.
over the history of time. Bad malaria. Okay.
In Africa,
what
more
else?
people die from hippopotamuses than any other animal. And in Alaska, it's moose.
Are you serious about the hippopotamuses?
Yeah.
Because I don't think they have that
No,
many.
they're really mean. They can only run for about 50 feet, but when they go 50 feet, they're really
There's some
moving it.
velocity.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Do you realize that you replace every particle in your body every 7 years? You are literally not the same person you were 7 years ago.
I'm overdue. I really need some replacement parts. Is that okay to really help me out?
This is a good time right now.
What, 7 years, right?
Isn't that amazing?
I'm due.
That's cellular regeneration. It's a fascinating thing.
I should have a light go on that says you need to change your oil.
Ding,
that
ding,
kind
ding,
of
ding,
thing.
ding,
All
ding,
right, a couple more. Cleopatra lived closer to the time of the first moon landing than to the building of the Great Pyramids.
Are you serious?
Right.
That one's intense.
And this one, the Alcohol Commission of Utah should read this. Alcohol is considered a performance-enhancing drug in competitive shooting competitions.
Well, there's the competition that I will hope no one is within like 15 miles of because that seems like a very ill-advised combination.
And if you do the biathlon, you have to ski between it and then shoot. It's not going to happen.
So it's take a shot, shoot,
Fall down,
ski, yeah,
fall
that's how
down.
you yeah, exactly.
Right. All right,
Now,
so,
this has got to be the most epic video I have ever seen.
Okay, so what do they do in Wisconsin?
They make cheese.
And what do they do with that cheese?
They serve it to children at lunch.
They eat a lot of cheese.
Well, yeah, that's why they have the little cheese heads when they do all the sporting events. And cheese is a lovely, wholesome food. Of course you would.
I'm now going to point out the dangers of cheese curd. This happened
There
in
is-
high school in Wisconsin. Watch.
There's dangers of cheese curd.
Watch.
Okay.
So guys are hanging around, right? They're
it-
having a good time.
Oh,
See the
that
guy
kid's coughing.
choking.
Okay.
He's choking.
Yeah,
now look
the
at the
black
guy.
sweatshirt guy.
He freaks out.
He just walks off and leaves him there. Now look at this kid across the way from him. He's pretty calm.
What? He's
He's walking
excuse
around.
himself. Mm-hmm. And Heimlich
Dude!
one. And Heimlich two. Here comes the
Whoa.
cheese curd. Free and ta-da.
Did it shoot out? Did we see it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Now the other guy's like, drink, man, drink. Here's some Gatorade.
Okay, now he's helping him.
Yeah, that's
Right?
useful. Like a boss. Are you serious?
Cheese curd, it's very dangerous.
No, look at this kid though, like a boss. He's
Now
like, yeah, you all good? Okay.
The other kids are eating already.
Can you believe that?
It's so funny. The gentleman, the heftier guy, is actually trained to be a police officer, and he just had finished the Heimlich and CPR part of his training.
That was freaking amazing. But did you see how calm he was, though? None of this, like, bolting over the table, like, excuse me.
When he walked by the other kid, he was like, excuse me, I'm saving a life here.
Like a boss. I mean, seriously, that was amazing.
So what they want to do, and I think this is a great idea, is they want to train everyone in school, like in health class, how to do CPR and how to do the Heimlich. Because if you think about all those kids growing up knowing that, and they go out, it's like something going viral on the web.
Doesn't it seem
and
like
just
it
keeps
should be
going
a given?
out,
I
right?
know. And especially, can you be that cool as that kid? That was amazing.
Amazing. All right, so I think...
What have we learned today?
Okay,
What have we learned today?
We have learned that this is really big, and if you've watched the
and
beginning
by the
of
way,
the show,
Roger on
you know what I'm
Facebook-
talking about. Yeah,
Roger
there
on
you go.
Facebook, you're right. We all had the questions
Yeah.
about how that thing would fit too. So, yeah.
But I think it's important that we take a part of our show to give a teaching moment to the youngins out there, and this is going to come from Uncle Todd and Aunt Erin, and that is, don't be a criminal, because we could show you a picture of someone in an orange jumpsuit in jail. Would that work?
No, it's not as much of a deterrent, although I've got to tell you the whole gun story. That's got to be one major deterrent.
That's
right
a
there.
deterrent.
But there's more.
Still not enough. We could show you someone eating cafeteria food in prison. And that wouldn't really affect you, would it? I think one thing we can do for you kids is to make sure that it's not always jail that's the worst. It's when you get caught and it looks just like this.
Explain this because I can't stop laughing.
He's at a private school. He went in to steal stuff. The janitor surprised him. And like Superman, he did leap over the fence and then caught on one of the spikes. Now, kids, really, do you want to end up that way? I don't think so.
I wonder how long it took them to stop laughing and long enough to get him off there. And thank the good Lord the kid's wearing boxers. But seriously, it's like, just a minute. I want to get this from another angle.
Yeah,
Hold on, I got my phone here.
Selfie.
Just one more. Yeah, let's get that shot. That's good too. This is me. Seriously.
We need
that could
another
go on. That
selfie.
could go on for hours.
So I think we have done our job today. We
Really?
have warned the kids about going
The
wayward.
dangers of crime.
Right.
True.
We've talked about places you can put a gun. We've talked to you about science and dinosaurs. And so, frankly, we're spent. So we will see you tomorrow. Where can they see all these shows?
Oh, this is embarrassingly simple. If you want to, you can always go to Facebook. It's always there on our page, just waiting for you, just crouching there, waiting for you. Also, you can see us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and of course, as always, on GephartDaily.com. Just go to the Todd and Erin page.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning on the Todd and Erin Morning stream right here on GephartDaily.com.